now available in paperback and e-readers. Spellbound, a darker shade of black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. A lot of people wonder why we don't see stories of black on black love on screen at the movies anymore. And the core reason why we don't see stories of black on black love on screen at the movies anymore isn't because it isn't profitable for those kind of movies, because movies like Boomerang made over $110 million at the box office. Movies like Love Jones proved to be very profitable at the box office. However, these types of black on black romance films are not profitable for the big picture of liberal white Hollywood. Now, when it comes down to liberal white Hollywood, it is a business. And it isn't not just in the business of making movies, it is in the business of promoting white supremacy. And if you have black people going out here making movies that promote black people loving other black people, that hurts the bottom line of white supremacy. And it's also illogical for a white movie studio to promote black on black love because, again, that hurts their bottom line. And it's not the image they want to promote to not only America, but also the world. Because if you show a film featuring a black man loving a black woman, that's not going to be the image that white supremacists want to promote regarding the black image. No, that image that they want to promote in the black community and the world is that the black man is not attractive and the black woman is not attractive. And if they don't see each other as attractive or lovable, they're going to be at odds at each other. Another thing people need to understand about Hollywood is that they are also the propaganda machine of white supremacy. And as the propaganda machine of white supremacy, they are out to promote the whole concept of war. And war is the biggest business in white supremacy. White supremacists like to keep people at odds with each other. They'll often go into a community and put one group of people up against another group of people. And in the black community, one of the most profitable businesses in the war is creating a gender war between African American men and African American women. And as long as you have this African American man and this African American woman at odds with each other, this white liberal can then sell both sides the guns and the butter to attack each other. And both sides are completely clueless to what the white liberal is trying to do with his media and his art and his literature, and creating that whole animosity where the two sides are fighting each other and making products to degrade each other, and he's making a profit on both sides. But you can't really tell that to the African Americans because they're too emotional to see the war being waged on them in the media. And that war is being waged like this. On the side of the African American female, what they do is they have her, because she is the primary controller of the economy and the economic resources community, they have her going out here and they're having her buy into a false standard. And the whole thing is they want to get this female to chase this standard because as a teacher of culture, what she does is she teaches her children to go out here and chase this standard. And as long as the black person is not chasing their own standard, what happens is they'll always see themselves as second best in their own eyes. This is why your African American woman is so obsessed these days with sewing a white woman's blonde hair into her head and bleaching her skin. She does not see herself as valuable. She does not see herself as lovable. She does not see herself as attractive. And she believes that she has to meet a white standard of beauty in order to be considered these things, when those intangibles, again, are related to her core values. And as long as you buy into Hollywood's core values, you will never learn how to love yourself or value yourself or appreciate, what makes you beautiful as a black woman. And this is core to the social engineering. What they want to do is have you buying into these concepts. And as long as you buy into those concepts, you're going to be chasing the dream. And the first dream that the white liberals in Hollywood had black women chasing was the whole concept of this quote-unquote good man. And what a lot of people don't understand is that this quote-unquote good black man was, again, he was a fantasy made up by Madison Avenue advertisers and Hollywood movie studios, and he's not a real man. And as long as you keep looking for this real man, you pass right by the decent black men in your community, the working class brothers in your community, and you don't want to have a relationship with them. You want to have a relationship with the fantasy. And when a lot of black women saw that they couldn't have a relationship with the fantasy, what happened was they then started to change the goalpost, and now the fantasy is now this white man and these non-black men. And again, that's all Hollywood's doing. They want to continue pushing this narrative because they don't want to see heterosexual black on black love, because heterosexual black on black love is bad for the business of not only Hollywood, but bad for the business of America. Because, again, the one thing that these guys in Hollywood don't want to see, again, is a competing black economy. Before integration, you had two economies and two worlds. You had a black world and you had a white world. And black people at one time were producing, again, had their own businesses and they had their own film studios. And we were making our own movies from guys like Oscar Micheaux. So we were making our own stuff, and there were also other small filmmakers who were making films. And Hollywood didn't want that out there. They wanted to control the narrative for black media. So they don't really like seeing black on black love again, because if you're promoting media that features black on black love, that is bad for the business of white Hollywood, because that means black dollars are going back in the hands of black people, and black people are making products for other black people. And if black people are making products for other black people and black dollars are staying in the community, that means that the white liberal can't make any money off of black people. So him promoting this idea to black women about this whole no good man concept, that was to make money off of black people. If they're chasing the standard of the quote unquote good black man, he's going to make money because they're going to be selling that fantasy. And that's what happened over the 1990s. You had black people chasing the fantasy of the good black man, and black men trying to aspire to be the good black man. And then you have these two sides, trying to fight each other. And again, he's selling them both these ideas and these standards, and selling them products that meet these ideas and these standards, because that's how he makes his profit, by having the two sides fight each other. But again, you can't tell black people this, because they still think that, Hollywood wants to promote black on black love. Hollywood does not want to promote black on black love in any media, because it's not a profitable venture for them overall. Again, when black people love black people, black dollars stay in the black community. When black people hate black people, black dollars leave the community. And we can see that on the black female side and the black male side, because both sides, as long as they have low self-esteem, are going out buying products from non-black businesses like the Korean hair and the nails and the weaves, and black men going out here and thinking that they have to win this woman's attention and approval by going out here buying expensive Air Jordan tennis shoes and designer clothes and putting on a flashy image. And this is all about teaching the black person to hate themselves so that white people can make money off of them. So Hollywood, again, has no incentive to go out here and make a black romantic comedy. A black romantic comedy is not only a box office failure for Hollywood, it also promotes an idea that is detrimental to white Hollywood. White Hollywood makes its money having black people fighting black people. When you see a black woman and a black man arguing and going back and forth, white liberals salivate at that image. When they see a black woman arguing with another black man, they smile, because that's a profitable venture for them, because again, they can sell both sides the guns and the butter to each other, and as long as they're fighting each other, they're not working together. And that's what the white liberal wants to promote in the black community, because black on black love is, again, not a profitable business for white Hollywood. White Hollywood makes its money by promoting white supremacy and promoting white on white love, because white on white love means, guess what? White people are loving white people. And then they promote that to the world, that the white love, is more important than anything else. Because if two white people are seen as the ideal, everybody is chasing white as their ideal, and they're not appreciating the real people around them. And when it comes down to black people, they have been taught not to appreciate and value their own image, or appreciate and value any image that is made to help them. This is why we don't see, black on black romance anymore, because a lot of black people have been taught to hate themselves. They've been taught to dislike black women, and black men have been taught to dislike black women. Black women have been taught to dislike black men, and they've been taught this by this white liberal media. Once you come out of the white liberal media, you start to see the truth about things, that black men do want black women do want black men, and that this white liberal does not want to promote heterosexual relationships, because heterosexual relationships are very negative to his bottom line. As long as black people are fighting each other on shows like Oprah Winfrey's and Tyra's and Steve Harvey's, they can sell people products that sell them the whole idea of this good black man, or they can sell them the concept that they can explore their dating options in things like swirling. And that's how they make their profit. They don't like to see, positive black images like I produce in stories like A Recipe for Success, which was a black on black romance, Temptation of John Hayes, which was a black on black romance, or Spinsterella, which is a black on black romance. The whole idea of a black on black romance, again, is not profitable to the bottom line of white Hollywood and white America, because when you promote the whole idea of black on black love, you're promoting black pride, and you're promoting black people supporting themselves. And the white liberal doesn't make his money on black people supporting themselves. He makes his money on black people fighting themselves, or seeing themselves as the victim of other white people. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.